So here's what happened.
Okay.
Apple released a new fashion collab product. We've seen many fashion collab products from tech companies before with the likes of, I don't know, Supreme and whatever, other fashion brands. This one being more popular overseas. It is essentially an iPhone case that is knit and looks like a sock, basically.
Yeah, there's two of them. There's
Yeah,
a
there's
long
two.
one and a short one.
Yes, and they start at $149 and $229.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So the last time Apple did a fashion collab was Hermes in 2015. So it was
Is that
quite
really the last one?
Yeah,
Okay.
quite a while ago, which makes sense. So this is the same guy that the guy that designed the iPhone. What's it called? It's called the iPhone Pocket.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with the Game Boy Pocket,
Which was awesome.
which is also awesome. But it's the
And
same
probably
guy,
about the same price.
Probably about the same price. Same guy that designed Steve Jobs' turtleneck. So it seems that Apple is kind of going with a heritage play here, and he's like, but yeah, you get two options. It's called iPhone Pocket because the whole idea of it was to have an additional pocket on you that you could carry your iPhone with.
Yeah.
And there's a crossbody one.
Right.
That is the bigger one. That's the $230 one.
Yeah.
And then there's one that is much shorter that is made to be sort of like carried around your wrist and also tied to things, that kind of stuff.
It's just so incredibly easy to dunk on this. I will say there's
Yes.
there's one thing I like about these. The colors.
The colors are dope.
They're
You guys
bright.
are insane.
They're saturated.
They're good
They're
colors.
confident. They're bold. Because the iPhones, we all know, don't have bold, saturated colors. Look at you see the iPhone in the blue thing. It's like
Yeah.
a dark blue. But then you have real blue and real orange.
I would argue that the orange is a bright, saturated, bold color.
It's the brightest and saturated and most bold they've done. But still, compared to these threads, it's
it's just that every single press photo of them with this bag, it really looks like satire to me.
Oh, yeah,
it does feel like
The
satire.
yellow one looks like the Borat bathing suit.
Yeah.
That was,
And-
I tweeted this, and that was one of the highest.
And maybe that's just fashion. I think, I understand. Look, the reason this feels very easy to dunk on for us is because we're in Western media. In Asian countries, these crossbody bags, these smaller sling things are very, very, very popular.
Yeah, they had another one they launched earlier this year.
Arguably, it's the reason they launched the crossbody strap for the iPhone Air.
Yeah.
So there's that. It's just that, this looks like something that your grandma could make on Etsy.
Every designer collab is easy to dunk on because they're all extremely expensive. Like the Hermes, I don't know how to say it right. Hermes Apple Watch bands were $200+.
Right.
Which is obviously they're well made and they look really nice and I'm sure they're all fancy looking, but it's a $200 Apple Watch band. So anytime, and this goes way back. The Supreme collabs, the other collabs that tech companies do with fashion brands are just, if you're not in the target demographic, it seems insane.
Yeah.
And we are not in the target demographic, so it seems insane.
Also, those Apple Watch bands are way more than $200.
The Hermes ones, how much?
$350, $450. This metal one is $1,000.
Yep.
Nice.
There you go. Just pay more than the watch.
Yeah. So, one thing that's kind of cool about these is that they are using the 3D knitting technology that Apple literally invented. So I think that's kind of interesting and cool.
Am I insane, or is every knit 3D?
Well, everything is 3D because
If you really think
3D
about it.
world. But I don't know. I want to touch it, I guess. It's not interesting. I don't want to buy it.
It's not interesting,
wanna
but
touch it.
someone, I'm not going to say any names, was into Slack this morning asking if Apple had sent it.
Yeah, I wanted to
Well, I
show
think,
it on the podcast.
it's surprising they didn't send this as a review unit. I feel like they've in the past not sent review units of things they didn't really have a lot of faith
Well,
in.
again, it's
No,
made
this
for the
is-
Asian market, so it's clearly to us this is
I don't know.
ugly as heck.
They've
but-
sent some weird review unit things, and they didn't send this. They also didn't send the 13-inch M1 touch bar?
Oh.
Remember, they didn't send that to us?
When we were dunking on that because they kept the touch bar.
Yeah, well, it was just a weird
Yeah.
release, and they neglected to send it before we dunked on it, but we went out and bought one, and I'm pretty sure the guy at the Apple store was like,
Yeah.
wait, this says it's for, didn't you guys get one of these? And I was like, nope. And they're like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
No, I think this is just so firmly targeted towards Japan. Like they talk about Japan a lot.
Very firmly.
They say it's crafted in Japan. It's obviously a Miyake collab. Like this is they released the time zone dropped in like the Japan time zone, so it was like the middle of the night for us. So it's not for us.
I'm just gonna say it's firmly not for me.
Yeah, but it is really funny that we wake up and we see a new $230 sock to hold your iPhone, and we're like, wow, that's a new thing Apple did, huh?
Throwback to the iPod sock,
That's actually what,
which costs like $30 or something.
Was it?
It was much cheaper.
It was much cheaper. I threw that in Slack, and Tim thought I had photoshopped it to try and trick him. And I was like, "No, man, these were real." And there was one
Really?
for the iPod and the iPod Nano.
I had one for my iPod.
nice.
Yeah.
They were really dumb.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I'm a little confused at this because I am one of those people that has like a little man purse thing.
Yeah.
And I have like a little side strap bag that I put my phone in sometimes when I'm going out, whatever. But it has like a zipper and like a flap to close over the top to secure it.
Yeah,
This
your
is just like like the phone is just like exposed.
Well, it's not really. It like goes in the slit and then it sinks to the bottom.
But then like
But it is kind of just like prime. It's
Yeah,
like,
like,
it's
it-
like a
It
pocket.
can hit things.
It
It's
looks
called
like-
a pocket
sit the
because
wrong
it's like
way.
a pocket. It's
Yeah.
like open.
It looks like when you put a bunch of quarters in a sock to like beat someone up with.
when do you do that?
You don't do that? Andrew does that all the time.
Yeah, man.
Gotta get stuff done sometimes.
The fashion people can have their moment,
Yeah.
and I'm happy for Japan.
I wonder what their next collab will be. Place your bets now because they'll be wrong for
This
sure.
10 years ago was the last one. So
Yeah,
we'll
we will be
see.
wrong about the next one.
Mariah called it the Thneed from the Lorax. Do you remember that?
No idea what that is.
Also, it's a garment from the Lorax, Dr. Seuss book, which I then pulled up the
Thneed.
Seuss fandom, and it says the Thneed is a highly versatile object knitted from the foliage of a truffle tree. According to the Onceler, it's a fine something that all people need. It costs $3.99, approximately $30 adjusted for inflation, according to the Lorax book.
Lorax is very. They're on top of it.
Thanks for watching this clip. I have another before and after trivia question for you right now.
Okay.
The question is a subgenre of role-playing video games that uses turn-based gameplay, procedurally generated dungeons, and is permanent death of a player character, and what you should do on this video.
Roguelike and subscribe.
Damn, you got
Wrong.
that really fast.
Wrong.
No, yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Like Balatro. I play too much Balatro. That's why.
Well played.